This might be the most beautiful tour in Thailand. Located in the Krabi province, Koh Phi Phi are some of the most popular islands you can explore from either Phuket or Ao Nang. But staying overnight directly on Phi Phi Islands gave us the opportunity for an early start on our epic tour, beating the crowds and enjoying each spot to the fullest, as you'll see in this video. From the dramatic landscapes to swimming with reef sharks, this day adventure became one of our favorites throughout Southeast Asia. And we can't forget about the main attraction of Phi Phi Islands, Maya Beach, as featured in the 2000 film The Beach, starring Leo DiCaprio. Closed by the government for 4 years in an effort for conservation and opening back up in January of 2022, Maya Beach was among top 3 incredible beaches we've ever laid foot on. Just as the sunrise colors illuminated the morning clouds and the sun poked right behind the island cliffs, we set sail on our early riser tour of Koh Phi Phi.
Good morning from Phi Phi Islands. It is a very early 6 a.m. You might be wondering, why are we out so early? Because we're going to head over to the world famous Maya Bay. Now, if you go later in the day, it gets extremely busy. So we're doing a sunrise excursion and hopefully we get the beach a little bit more to ourselves.
We're actually going to be hitting 6 other spots on this excursion. It's going to be a full day, probably 8 hours that we're out there. We're going to be doing some snorkeling, hitting up multiple beaches, and also enjoying lunch while we're out there. So let's go meet up our group and get on that boat.
We just got checked into our boat and it's honestly so quiet here in the morning. Not only is it quiet though, but right now the clouds with a bit of the orange color from sunrise look so beautiful over the limestone islands. And it's actually really cool seeing all these long-tail boats just sitting here on shore, and they're all so colorful. But the tour we're doing today actually involves a speedboat. So what that means, we'll get to each destination a little bit faster.
Just got off the boat. It is 7 in the morning. That's when the park actually opens for us to be able to access Maya Beach. We have 1 hour to go check it out. And it's so nice because in this past year, they actually built this whole dock space so we can access the beach by foot. Back in the day, you actually had to swim across, climb some rocks. It was quite the journey in order to see Maya Beach.
The sunrise tour to Maya Beach is 100% worth it. There's only about 50 or so people here on the shore, and honestly that is not a lot. So we feel like we have our own space. It's amazing to capture content, capture photos here. It's just so quiet and tranquil. Now there are a few rules for Maya Beach, and that is heavily enforced by the park rangers. Number 1, absolutely no drone flying. Number 2, you're actually not allowed to swim at all into the water. The water looks amazing, but you are not allowed to swim in it.
I've been standing here for 10 minutes. And not a single shark has come near my feet. I do see them in the distance. There are some baby ones. Hopefully you guys can see them on camera. And there are some big ones too, like the medium-sized ones. You always can spot their black tip fins. They're so cute, just slowly making their way. I just wish they came over here. Leh Lagoon right now. As soon as we anchored the boat, I had to jump in the water. It is so peaceful here, very calm waters as it's completely enclosed in these limestone mountains.
Yeah, while Lauren was jumping in the water, I decided to fly the drone. So like I said before, at Maya Beach, it is absolutely forbidden to fly your drone. But when we pull off to the lagoon, you're allowed to fly your drone here. So we popped it up, and guys, it is so beautiful. I cannot get over the limestone islands. I actually got to capture Maya Beach from the air. Honestly amazing. And next spot we're gonna hit up is a little snorkeling spot. And this is the time where I'm gonna jump in the water. Wow. It's beautiful here though, isn't it?
Very.
Oh, the sand is so white. Okay, our lunch spot, and we're actually going to be spending the longest amount of time here, and this is Bamboo Island. The sand here is honestly so white. I feel like I should put on my sunglasses because like squinting so hard right now. Yeah, it's really blinding. But yeah, we're gonna grab a little lunch here. We're gonna relax, chill by the beach. I think Lauren may go try snorkeling again. Yeah. I'm not sure what we'll see, but it looks like it'll be a good time here.
What is this on your back?
Out of nowhere, these two birds decided to camp right above me, and they absolutely just dumped on my back.
And on the backpacks too, right? The towel. What a mess.
Literally, I was standing there because Lauren was throwing away the garbage, and I heard a little plop, and a little bit of weight hit my back. I was wondering what that was. I looked up, I saw the birds, and immediately knew. It was poop. It was poop. So the snorkeling spot is actually on the other side of the island from where they drop you off at. But don't worry though, it's a really small island. It literally took about a minute for us to reach here. But wow, now that we're here, it's genuinely so beautiful. There's actually a mini sandbar, if you can see right over there, lower tide. And right over here, it almost acts like a small wading pool. It's actually so beautiful. We see some limestone islands out on the side there. And of course, a lot of people are going to be on the sandbar getting some photos. Our second last stop for this tour is called The Village, and I think the reason it's called that because you have all these different huts as well as different villas sort of lining the mountainside, and it's making it a little village. And this is also our last snorkeling spot. The coral here is actually the most abundant out of all the places that we have snorkeled today. There's a decent amount of fish, and I think Lauren spotted a little Nemo chilling in these wiggly coral things. I think Lauren calls it anemone. I think that's what it's called. I think it's really cute. Again, just beautiful coral, perfect way to end the snorkeling portion. And I think the last stop is going to be Monkey Island or Monkey Beach, one of the two. But the goal essentially is to go and see some monkeys.
I would say that this is the busiest it's ever been throughout this whole day, and luckily it's our last stop. We're gonna be hunting for some monkeys, but we're still gonna stay a certain distance away.
One of the major reasons you gotta stay away is because if a monkey bites you in the face, you have to take 3 different vaccines and it's quite expensive. We definitely did not expect the amount of monkeys here. We thought they'd be really elusive. Maybe you spot 1 or 2, but literally there's probably 20 or so monkeys at different areas of the beach. So people are taking the photos in front of the monkeys. And one thing the guy did mention though, please do not aggravate them. It honestly is quite dangerous. I think we still got to respect their territory. There's definitely a few people here who are not doing that, and it's honestly such a shame. But amazing last little stop for our tour.